Justice Martha Koome, Chief Justice and President of the Supreme Court of Kenya, Honorable David Maraga, Chief Justice Emeritus, Honorable Commissioners of the Judicial Service Commission, and Commissioner-elect, my dear friend, Honorable Florence Bore, Cabinet Secretary, Labor and Social Protection, His Excellency, Honorable Simba Arati, Governor Kisii County, Honorable President of the Court of Appeal, and Principal Judges, Employment and Labor Relations and Environment and Land Courts, Honorable Judges of the Superior Courts present, Honorable Paul Ndemo, Deputy Chief Registrar of the Judiciary, Honorable Anne Amadi, immediate former Chief Registrar of the Judiciary, Honorable Patrick Osero, MP Borabu Constituency, Honorable Stephen Mogaka, MP West Mogirango and member of the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, Mr. Samuel Njoroge, Clerk of the National Assembly, Senior Counsel Dorcas Oduor, representing the Director of Public Prosecution, Honorable members of Constitutional Commissions and Independent Offices, Honorable Shadrach Mose, Solicitor General, and all Principal Secretaries and Accounting Officers present, members of the National Council on Administration of Justice, Madam Faith Odhiambo, President of the Law Society of Kenya, Honorable Judicial Officers and Registrars present, distinguished members of the clergy present, directors and staff of the Judiciary and Judicial Service Commission, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is a great honor to stand before the Almighty God and before you all this morning as I take my oath of office as Chief Registrar of the Judiciary. I would like to start by thanking God for the gift of life and the opportunities and privilege that I have been given to serve my country in a judicial career that started more than 27 years ago when I took my oath as a district magistrate. Through nearly 3 decades of my professional journey in the judiciary, I have had opportunity to work alongside and to be mentored by many judges of our superior courts, colleagues in the magistracy, and staff of the judiciary who contributed in innumerable ways to my personal and professional growth and placed me on the path that has led me to this podium today. It would take me all day if I were to single out each one of them, but I want to express my heartfelt gratitude first and foremost to the Honorable Chief Justice and members of the Judicial Service Commission for their support during my tenure as Registrar at the Judicial Service Commission and the trust that they placed on me through this appointment. I am also grateful to the former Chief Registrars of the Judiciary, starting with Lady Justice Lydia Achode, under whom I served during the transition from the office of Registrar of the High Court to Chief Registrar of the Judiciary. Honorable Gladys Bosch-Sholei, who was the first Chief Registrar, and Madam Anne Amadi, under whose leadership, thank you, and mentorship I served longest. I would also like to thank Deputy Chief Registrar, Honorable Paul Ndemo, who took charge of the Office of Chief Registrar and served as Secretary to the Commission in acting capacity in the interim period as the JSC conducted the search for a new CRJ. May I request us all to appreciate Honorable Ndemo with a round of applause for his leadership during this transitional period. In the same breath, permit me to salute all my colleagues and friends who offered their candidature for this position. As we move forward, I will count on your support as we accelerate the judiciary's transformation. Honorable Chief Justice, I have also worked very closely over the past years with registrars and directors of the judiciary. I also owe a great debt to the staff with whom I have served in the JSC Secretariat over a 13-year period that started at Anniversary Towers in 2011. The work of the Secretariat is extremely demanding and calls for a great deal of personal sacrifice. If you allow me, Honorable Chief Justice, I would like to request the staff of the JSC Secretariat to stand for a round of applause. Thank you. Honorable Chief Justice, with me today are several members of my family who, like the professional colleagues I have mentioned, have nurtured and supported me over the years and have made great sacrifices to be here on this occasion. I would like to single out my husband and children who have been my greatest cheerleaders, my father, Mzee Jones Mokaya, who remains my mentor, my mom, the late Martha Mokaya, who instilled Christian values that continue to shape me to date, but who went to be with the Lord 2 years ago. My mothers, Jane Mokaya, Claire and Grace Omanga, my siblings, led by my brother Wycliffe, and the rest of my family. I thank you all who are here and those who could not make it for all the love and support. I am also grateful. I am also grateful to a long list of friends and colleagues who have held my hand in my personal life and professional journey. I can't name all of you, but I'm deeply grateful for the positive impact you continue to have in my life. I would also not be here without the support of the clergy and friends from the church who have prayed for and with me over the years, some of whom are here today. Honorable Chief Justice, distinguished guests, like I mentioned earlier, my journey to the role I assume today has been long and windy and has taken me to various corners of this country where I served as a magistrate before my posting to the Judicial Service Commission as Registrar. Having been a judicial officer, working in the regions and in the administration where I have spent the past 13 years, I have been at the forefront of the administration of justice and understood the aspirations and expectations of the Kenyan people on the judiciary. As I take over the office of Chief Registrar of the Judiciary today, I do so confidently, having understudied my 3 predecessors whom I worked under, and having worked closely with 3 Chief Justices, including my Lady Chief Justice, and cumulatively serving under 37 JSC Commissioners as Registrar for 13 years. In addition, I assumed this office cognizant of my 14 years in magistracy that gives me a strategic view, practical socialization, and a deep understanding of the working environment. I fully identify myself with the critical role that judges and magistrates play day in, day out in execution of the judiciary's mandate. With this diverse background, I am confident that my office will ably support and facilitate the judiciary leadership, judges, judicial officers, and staff in the discharge of their mandate. Distinguished guests, I'm excited to take this role at this moment in the history of the judiciary, a few months after the Chief Justice launched the social transformation through access to justice blueprint that defines our institutional goals over the next decade. I have seen firsthand the ease with which the administrative arm of the judiciary can perform its role when the leadership has defined a clear vision for the institution. Chief Justice Emeritus Dr. Willy Mutunga set us on this path when he promulgated the Judiciary Transformation Framework that laid the foundations that were necessary to ensure the judiciary met the high expectations of the people. While Chief Justice Emeritus David Maraga followed suit with the Sustaining Judiciary Transformation Framework. The road ahead is now clearly laid out in the STARJ vision launched in 2021 and the blueprint